The reason people give you weird and strange vibes. Deep divers, I said, the reason why people give you weird and strange vibes that you meet, that you come across sometimes. You walk into a room and you already feel their vibes. You're like, oh my gosh, what was that? Look, someone asked me a question. They're like, Ralph, how come I can pick up people's vibes and I get strange feelings around certain people, right? And we're going to talk about it. The real reason people give you weird and strange vibes, become your greatest version. Deep divers, I want everyone to smash that like button if you support the real. Share this video with someone. Once again, smash that like button if you support the real. Share this video with someone. So, trust the vibes, deep divers. The vibes don't lie. The vibes don't lie. A lot of people are connecting with me because of my vibes, right? Over the years, Infinite Waters Diving Deep, I'm still here. And this is why I attract certain people into my life. We know when we meet someone, instantly almost, about their vibe, their energy, their frequency, their vibration. And the reason people give you weird and strange vibes, we're going to talk about it. Are you ready? The cat down the road is. Peace, Infinite Waters Diving Deep once again. Shout out to all of you amazing deep divers. I woke up like this, all magical and fly. Just let's breathe, deep divers. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Raising the frequency. What are we doing? Raising the vibration, sprinkling that good ass energy on you right now, deep divers. Take that, take that, take that. Look, if you're watching this video, I hope something good happens to you today. Just affirm it. Just say thank you. I'm ready for that. Deep divers, let's talk about the reason why people give you weird and strange vibes. This will shock you. As a psychologist, as someone who has been connecting with so many different kinds of people from all around the world for over a decade, I know a lot about interaction. I know a lot about if someone is giving me weird or strange vibes. And I know the reason why this happens, right? We're going to talk about this because this is actually a key to becoming our greatest versions. Knowing the vibe of someone else, knowing the energy of someone else, knowing the vibration of someone else, knowing the frequency of someone else. Sometimes the universe is actually giving you a warning that actually this person may not be good for you, or actually this person will be good for you because they're sending you all of that good ass energy. Take that, take that, take that. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? So deep divers, fabulous question that came in. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the reason people give you weird and strange vibes. Become your greatest version. Now, let's be honest, deep divers. A lot of times we walk into a room, we go into a space, and we meet someone, okay? And all of a sudden, it's like we know exactly who they are. Now, sometimes they haven't even said so much about who they are, but we can feel it. We can feel their vibe, like, oh my gosh. And this vibe feels kind of strange. It feels kind of weird. Why is this happening? And sometimes we're like, oh my gosh, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe it's all in my head, but wait a second. This feeling isn't going away about who they are. And I want to remind you, deep divers, you're not crazy. Trust the vibes that you get, okay? Trust what you feel. There's a reason why some people give off weird, funky ass vibes, strange vibes. You know why? Because you are someone who is tapped into who you truly are. And this is huge. Anytime you are spending time with yourself through meditation, anytime you're spending time with yourself, as soon as you wake up, just sitting in silence, you are becoming more intuitive. And this in turn is giving you the ability of discernment, which is the ability to judge well. You have great discernment. And this is the reason why deep divers, people give you weird and strange vibes, because you've got the ability to judge well. Sometimes you can tell some people are full of a whole load of shit. Deep divers. Now check this out. Let me show you some science about this topic, because this is fascinating, right? The reason why people give you weird and strange vibes. Check this out, deep divers. According to new research published in Psychological Science, a journal of the Association for Psychological Science, the research indicates that we produce chemical compounds or chemosignals when we experience happiness or fear that are detectable by others who smell our sweat. Here's a good example study. So this was make a man watch a scary or disgusting film. They collected their sweat, get a woman to smell the sweat and track their facial expressions and eyes. Smell fearful sweat equal fearful facial expressions. Smell disgusted sweat equal disgusted facial expressions. In other words, chemo signals matter and our noses can pick up on them. We are more like animals than we think, right? So the science is already out there that even our sweat conveys positive or negative emotion. Sometimes we're around someone and we can sense a weird and strange vibe because of their odor, right? It's in the environment, okay? Look, what really got me into studying psychology is because I wanted to understand people. I wanted to know about myself, right? And a great psychologist I was inspired by, Dr. Mehrabian, right? Professor Mehrabian, okay? And he would talk about how actually words only make up 70% of personal communication. So 55% is body language. 55% of how we communicate to everyday people is through our body language and not words. That's crazy, right? So this is key, deep divers, because it's the 73855 rule of communication. Professor Albert Mehrabian discovered that only 7% of a message is communicated through the actual words being said. How we say the words and our body language are very important to how we communicate a message. So 7% is actual words, 38% is how the words are said, and 55% is body language. So the reason people give you weird and strange vibes is because the body never lies. Sometimes you meet someone deep divers, you're like, oh my gosh, I can feel their energy. I can feel their weird, strange vibes. You know why? Because of their whole body language, their whole demeanor. They haven't even opened their mouth, but you can feel it already that, wait a second. Okay, so the more intuitive you become, the more sensitive you become, you can actually pick up on people's energy fields, read their body language. This woman is very calm, her demeanor, her pose, right? All of this is conveying information to you. What's the vibe like, right? Through their body language, you will know. What happens when people screw their face? They've got frustration in every single muscle on their face. We now say, wait a second, that's giving us a weird vibe, a strange vibe, a bad vibe. And when someone is very relaxed in their facial expressions, calm and composed in their demeanor, we say, oh, this is a beautiful vibe, right? So the reason why people give you weird and strange vibes is because of the energy they're emitting to you via their body language, right? And many times we meet someone who is warm, right? You can just tell they're warm because you can feel that energy emanating from them. And it's non-threatening. Many times people give us weird and strange vibes when they're trying to invade our personal space. We feel threatened by them. Sometimes people are trying to manipulate us. Sometimes they're trying to gaslight us. Many times we feel weird and strange vibes from people if we're like, who the hell is that guy? Who the hell is that woman? We don't even know these people from a can of paint, but they're trying to come into our lives and trying to control it and take it over. We're getting weird vibes. You know why? Because we don't know these people. Yet, they're trying to force their way into our space. And this is what gives a lot of people like a question mark to say, wait a second, I'm feeling weird and strange vibes from this person because they're doing a little too much. They're doing a little too much right now because I don't know them. You know, it's rare we get weird and strange vibes from people we've known for a long time unless they're acting out of the ordinary. But generally, we don't because we know them and they're not just coming out of the blue to ask for a favor like, hey, can you lend me $2,500? And you're like, I've never even met you a day in my life. Or can you do this for me? Or so we feel weird and strange vibes when we just meet someone and all of a sudden they're kind of lunging and throwing themselves into our lives without an introduction. And sometimes they're rude about it. Sometimes they're mean. Sometimes it seems that it's being forced. Okay? The reason people give you weird and strange vibes, sometimes, even if you take a look at this matrix, sometimes people say, Ralph, gosh, when I watch the news, I get a weird and strange vibe like I'm not being told the truth. And if you take a look at what's happened over the last few years, it's no wonder why people are getting weird and strange vibes from the mainstream media, this whole matrix, because people aren't drinking the Kool-Aid. That Jim Jones Kool-Aid, people aren't drinking it. They're like, wait a second, I know I'm being lied to. My intuition is telling me something isn't right. And I can feel it. And I'm not crazy. I just trust my intuition more than your bullshit. Right? So what can give us strange and weird vibes? When people lack authenticity. And we know it. When people are disingenuous, insincere. Sometimes we can sense people have ulterior motives. Sometimes we know that people aren't who they claim to be because they've just appeared out of nowhere. It's like it's like someone trying to sell you something and they're promising you so much, but they have no background history. And this is why you're feeling weird and strange vibes, right? They got no background history. Where did they come from? Where did they come from, deep divers? Not even the cat down the road knows. Now, on a metaphysical, spiritual take on this, Many times, the reason people give us weird and strange vibes is because our frequency is higher. And when you're at a high frequency and you meet someone on a low frequency, there's a clear distinction and a clear difference. And you can say, okay, when I'm coming into contact with this person, I can feel that my energy is being drained. I can feel that the energies are not complementing each other. I can feel that the other person's energy sometimes is toxic or is at a low frequency or vibration, simply because of where you are on your journey. And if you are someone who is very peaceful and calm, if you meet someone who is very agitated, frustrated, you're going to know instantly that actually something feels off, something isn't right. Because it starts with us. Once again, I told you, the more intuitive you become, the more you tune into who you really are, you will be able to know your own energy. And once you know your vibe and your own energy, and it's off a high frequency, this is how you will be able to pick up weird and strange vibes. Deep divers, the reason people give you weird and strange vibes. Many times we meet people in this life and we don't want to be judgmental. It's just that we can feel something. We can feel that this is strange, this is weird. Sometimes it's an off feeling. And where do you feel it, deep divers? Many times we feel it in our gut. If you are someone, 7-day vegan challenge, who's eating to live, I wake up every single day with a whole bunch of grapes in my mouth. If you are someone who's eating to live, cleaning your gut out, okay, the healthier your gut, the more intuitive you're going to be in picking up vibes from other people, okay? And your discernment is going to increase to a great level. So your gut health is so important because your gut is actually a second brain. The lining of the gut has over 100 million neurons. It's a second brain. It knows more than you can imagine. That's why people say, gosh, I can feel it in my gut. I just had a gut feeling about her. I just had a gut feeling about him. How? Because your gut knows everything. It's a second brain, deep divers, right? And this is the reason people give you weird and strange vibes, because you've been cleaning out your gut. Deep divers, what else? So you've got warm people and you also have cold people. The eyes are the windows to the soul. The eyes are the windows to the soul. If you meet someone and through their eyes, you can feel a kind of coldness. You can feel that there's nothing in there, no soul, no life. All of a sudden, they're giving you these weird and strange vibes because you can see, even just looking at them, that actually there's no one there. And a lot of people say this. They say, actually, I took a look at him, I took a look at her, and I could sense that their vibe was off. Gave me a strange feeling. So don't underestimate when you look someone in the eyes. When you look at someone in the eyes, it's very important. If you want to sense what they're like, their vibe, their energy, look at them in the eyes. A lot of people who don't look at you in the eyes is because they're hiding something. But if you look at someone in the eyes, you will now know the vibe of them, the energy of them, the frequency of them, where they are, because the eyes are the windows to the soul. Deep divers, the reason why people give you weird and strange vibes. Closed. Some people are closed off from you, and they can show you in their body language. They're not open to you. And you can feel this because you can see what they're doing with their body language. And you have to pay attention to this, okay? Because people who are open to you, a lot of the times they lay down their guard. A lot of the times they're smiling, they're full of life, they're full of warmth, they're full of sunlight. And it's a whole different experience because of how you feel. You've got a good feeling about this person. Yes, I can become friends with them. Yes, they wish me well. So this is always important right now on this journey, to see the reason people give you weird and strange vibes. There is always a reason. Trust the vibes, deep divers, because the vibes never lie. I want everyone to smash that like button if you support the real, and share this video. Subscribe as well. Once again, smash that like button if you support the real, share this video, subscribe, because we've got to remind ourselves we are meeting different people throughout our life, and we want to make sure we are surrounding ourselves with people who can help us become our greatest versions, who can bring us something good and not drain our energy. Yes. And that's why I'm just saying, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello? Beautiful deep divers of planet Earth. Beautiful deep divers of planet Earth. Let's breathe. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Go and check out the #1 best-selling book, Feel Alive by Ralph Smart, on Amazon, and at ralphsmart.com/the book, the Bible of becoming your greatest version. And deep divers, Feel Alive Part 2 is coming out. You're going to love it. In the meantime, go and check out the latest new book, the Book of 1111 Infinite Quotes by Ralph Smart, at ralphsmart.com/close, and spread at ralphsmart.com/the book, the Bible of becoming your greatest version. Now let's go to the shirts, deep divers. Go and get the all new limited edition designs. Go and get the good ass prana shirts at ralphsmart.com/close, and spreadshirt.com if you're in America. And if you're a sexy ass model, woo, with a whole lot of heart, you want to model the clothing, well, go and buy some. We're doing the fashion show in Miami, California, the UK. If you want to be an Infinite Waters model, go and buy the clothing. You want a one-to-one consultation with Ralph Smart? You can book it at ralphsmart.com/consultations. Deep divers, trust the vibes, because the vibes don't lie. But also, you have to realize, if you really want to know someone else's vibe, you have to make sure your own vibe is right, and you're tuning into yourself with a meditation. You're healing yourself, because the more sensitive you become, the more you're able to pick up the subtleties of other people's energies. I like that. Slow motion. Peace. Infinite Waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace. Once again, deep divers, make sure you smash that like button if you support the real. Share this video, subscribe. Once again, smash that like button if you support the real. Share this video, subscribe, and leave a comment down below of gratitude and appreciation. Peace, peace, peace.